You have the books, but no time. You want to grow, but your mind is stuck in traffic. And when it's time to speak, you go blank or play small.
That is not failure. That is mental overload. And Smart Speakers Academy was built to fix that. I am Leslie Grace, the confidence coach, and I help you master 3 allied skills: smart reading, smart thinking, and smart speaking. Because confidence is built on competency, and when you read smart, you unlock speed of thoughts to become the smartest person in any room.
Click the link you can see to unlock the smarter version of you. Of course, because when you read smart, you think smart. And when you think smart, you speak like a smart leader. This is your time. Let's build the smarter version of you. This is the Smart World.
Three things you must build before the world pays you. You're welcome to the Smart Creating Short Break series. And yes, this morning is dedicated to the Diaspora Confidence team. So today is our Diaspora Confidence meeting again. Yes. Hello, Diaspora Confidence community. So good to see and have you here this morning. Today is our meeting. And you know how we do it, right? Fridays 10 a.m. we'll come on here to have conversations on you in the diaspora, and how you can navigate your confidence, how you can navigate your fearless creations, right? And you know that throughout September, we've been talking about smart creating, right? Let's get into the conversation. Now, today I want to talk about 3 things. 3 things that you must build if you want to get paid by the world. So 3 things you must build before the world can pay you. Let's talk about it. Why your skill alone will never be enough. Because here's what I see most professionals think and do, is that they feel that their skill alone is enough. They think that is enough. So they say things like, oh, no, I my skill is there. I can do this. Your skill alone is never enough. And today I want to begin with a story for you. If you do not mind, let's get into this story this morning. There was once a young architect, brilliant, gifted, visionary architect. He could design entire cities with a pencil. He was that good. Was that good professor? And yes, when you come in, let me know in the comment section that you can see and hear me. Let me know in the comment section that you can see and absolutely hear me when you come in. And most importantly, let me know where you are streaming from, so that I know that you are here and you are streaming with us this morning. So this architect had everything. The architect was good, had pencil, could draw, but guess what? Skill alone was not enough. What happened to this architect? He could design great work. He could design amazing stuff, right? He was good with his craft. However, this architect lacked the skill to monetize. All right, sorry about that. Okay, so that young architect, brilliant, gifted, visionary architect, doing amazing with whatever it is that they are doing. But guess what? He could design entire cities with a pencil, but when he drew dreams, others were cashing checks. He would be drawing his dreams, other people were cashing checks. And this kept on happening with this architect. One day, his mentor said to him, let's have a conversation. His mentor said to him, you have mastered this design, but you know what? You haven't built the doors. Yes, you're doing amazing with your design. Your designs are great, but you have not built the doors. The doors that can actually turn into cash flow. You haven't built it. You haven't built it. So he could design cities, but it wasn't showing a paycheck. It wasn't showing a paycheck. And so the mentor said to him, if people can't find the doors, your brilliance will stay locked inside you. If people can't find the doors, your brilliance will stay locked inside you. Your brilliance will stay locked inside you. And that hit him. And I want you to also think about it this morning. If people cannot find the locks, will your own brilliance stay locked inside you? Think about it for a moment. And what can you do to ensure that your brilliance does not stay locked inside you? That statement, that phrase hit him because he realized at that moment that the world doesn't pay you for your skill. No, the world pays you for your structure. Your structure. And I'm going to be showing you 3 things that you must build for the world to pay you. So that it's not one organization that's paying you. It's not somebody somewhere that your earning is determined by a particular system. There are 3 things you can build, and then the world can pay you, no matter where you are. So for you who is in the diaspora, who is thinking, oh, do I have to create something here? Is there something I can do here? What you need is these 3 things I'm going to be sharing with you. Okay, I want to share these 3 things with you. But you know what? Back to the architect story. Just like that architect, he realized that the world doesn't pay for skill. The world pays for structure. I need you to write it down. The world doesn't pay you for skill. Your skill is good. Oh, you are such an amazing chef. What structure did you put in place? Hilda Bassi got her name into Guinness Book of Records. It wasn't for his skill. No, it was for his structure. It was for his structure. It is not your skill that will make the world pay. So the thing is that clients can pay you for your skill. Organizations can pay you for your skill. You get employed, you get recruited, they can pay you for your skill. So you get an appointment. Yeah, that's you being paid for your skill. But you see, the world, if the globe, and like I say that the world is your stage, if the world is your stage, and you actually want the world to pay you, then, and only then, you would need to structure that skill. What the world pays for is structure, not skill. Let's go. Let's continue. Your genius must have gates. Your genius must have gates before the world can enter and pay. You know, like the story of the architect I showed you. He was just building. There were no doors. There were no gates that people could enter and pay you. I want to ask you this question. How many of you know you are good at what you do, but somehow the money doesn't match? If you're that person, let me know in the comment section. Yes, I am. You are great at what you do. You're doing amazing. People always praise you. You're doing so great. This is you're doing is amazing. However, the pay you get does not match. It doesn't reflect. It doesn't reflect. And at some point, you begin to feel invisible, even though you are excellent at your craft. Skill is not enough. Do you remember that old saying, that old adage that talent is not enough? It is not cliche. It is the truth. It is the truth. Many professionals are feeling the pain of being unseen. But today, I'm here to show you 3 things you must build before the world pays you. Number 1, build your product. See, if you leave this earth and there is no product in your name, this world cannot pay you. Today, we're still all looking at the books. I recently saw a video by Dr. Masmoro, and I was frozen. It felt like he was still living. And I said to myself, some men don't die though. Some people can't die actually. The way to not die is by a product. The way to not die is when you build a product. When I saw it, it hit me so much. It was like, it felt present, it felt living, it felt existent. And I said to myself, indeed, people don't die. There are some men that don't die. How do you not die? So instead of thinking that I just want to end, are you thinking legacy? I want you to stop thinking product. I want you to stop thinking skill and start thinking product. the first thing you want to do, the world must pay you, is to start building product. Start building your product. Start building your product. How do you do that? Understand that you can't be paid for what people can't perceive. So I have skill, I'm skilled, we can't perceive it. We can't touch it, it's not tangible. It's when it becomes a product that we can touch it, we can feel it, that it can become tangible, that we can see the tangibility of it, is when it becomes a product. Oh, I'm a baker, I'm a skilled baker, we can't see any bread. It's when bread comes out, I will now say, okay, this baker is a baker, and we can now see your baking skills. That's when we can now see your baking skills. Please confirm that you can see and hear me clearly through. Please confirm that you can see and hear me clearly. Please confirm that you can see and hear me clearly. Okay? So build your product. The world doesn't buy potential. The world doesn't. Your skill is like a potential. It's raw. It's a potential. The world doesn't buy potential. What the world buys is packaging. What the world buys is packaging. That's what they see. That's what they get. So build your product. How do you build your product? It could be a guide. It could be a course. It could be a service. You are skilled in cleaning homes. What if you create SOPs for the spank homes? Standard operating procedures for cleaning duplexes, and you sell it to individuals and maybe organizations that are into cleaning. So you're not entering that space. I mean, you're a smart professional, right? You're not entering that. I mean, that's why one of the things we do at Smart Creating Lab is smart creation. So instead of coming in and saying, I can clean your house, what if you do an SOP, a checklist, so that the woman who has kids at home, who is not interested in getting anybody coming into her home to clean, however, she still wants a clean home, can get your SOP. So that the cleaning agency who they claim they are clean, they've been cleaning for years, they don't have SOP. You know, writing is very hard. I can tell you. Writing is one of the hardest thing for people to do. Some say it's business, some give other reasons, but the truth is it's hard to actually sit to write. So if you can bridge that gap, now I don't know who this is for, right? But if you can bridge that gap to get SOPs clear, SOPs for cleaning toilets, SOPs for cleaning duplexes, SOP for cleaning this, the house has this number of rooms, SOPs for that. You need to build your product, a service, a guide, a course, a system, a solution. A solution. Too many women are stuck in this space where they keep thinking, how do I juggle parenting, career life, marriage, friendship, faith? And they're just, what if you create a solution for those women? I saw a friend who said, I have seen young people struggling. And part of the struggles that young people are dealing with is the fact that they have money when they're in school. They're not thinking financial investment. They leave school, all they're thinking is get a job. Now they get a job and then they go through the same circle, raise children who do the same thing. So they don't really get to hit wealth in their lifetime. So it's an endless struggle. And she said, I have a mandate to make graduates finish as millionaires. We sat down, we built up that whole solution and that system. She's built a book, she's built a course, she's built a framework. And I love the name even. The whole framework is around the Too Young, Too Strong framework. We sat down and built it. From book to guide to bundle to conference. All around the Too Young, Too Strong concept. Amazing. But this came out from somebody who said, I don't want to be in a place of skill. I want the world to pay me, yeah? So she doesn't need to be with every single student or graduate. What she has built can make the world pay her. And the world is paying her. Because many people ignore the students in school. They just say when you finish school, you now learn about money. It's too late. Learning about money when you are done with school is too late. The only thing you want to hear at that moment is I need a job. And when you enter, we don't have that circle goes. We know how it goes. We know how that circle goes. So build your product. Because the truth is, until your ideas take shape, it's invisible wealth. Oh, it's an idea that you have. Lawyers are struggling. Lawyers are struggling. I have this idea that lawyers can actually have an app where they, okay, beautiful idea. However, if it is not built as a package, if it doesn't take shape, when we say take shape as a guide, take shape as a book, take shape as a bundle. If it does not take shape, it will be buried brilliance. It will be invisible wealth. There must be something tangible that translates your brilliance into value. If the brilliance is just in your head, we can't see it, we don't know it, it's not tangible. It's not tangible. Take for instance what Coca-Cola does. Coca-Cola doesn't sell a liquid. They sold a formula. A formula for joy and happiness. A formula that makes you think that if you're doing a party and there's no Coca-Cola bottle around, that your party is not going well. Netflix is not selling time or films. No. They are selling a system for watching. So that system gets you roped in. You move from place to place, you get this movie, you see another one. It's a system for getting you watching. Your product is your first proof of profit. Don't be that space of it's my brilliance. Oh, I'm brilliant. No, your product is your first proof of profit. Your gift is the seed, your product is the fruit. Your gift is the seed, your product is the fruit. If someone gave you $1,000 today to buy what you do, what exactly will they be buying? I need you to pause and think about this. If someone says, I want to give you $1,000, teach me how to make jollof rice, what exactly will you be giving? Says, I'm willing to give you $1,000. Teach me how to navigate diaspora life as a toddler mom. I've seen you do it. I've seen you shop for your toddlers, yet your home is running well. The diaspora life is different. Is there a framework for you? I'm willing to pay you $1,000. I just want to be able to help my children and help my family. This diaspora is taking me away. What can you offer? What can you offer? What can you offer? Most people can't answer this question. That's the problem. That's the problem. If you can't answer this question, you should start talking about building a product already. And it is a question for me, for you, that why are you not at the smart creating lab? Like, why? Why are you not at the smart creating lab? Today is day 2. The beautiful thing is that if your registration is still on, so if you join in now, the good news is you join in, you are in day 2, but you get access to day 1, you get access to the 7-in-1 bundle. That 7-in-1 bundle is a masterpiece. It's a masterpiece. It's a masterpiece. Three coaches are going to be taking you through the Smart Creating Lab. You see your 7-in-1 bundle is there. Scale up your creativity guide, expand your creativity guide, monetize your creativity guide, mindset for creativity guide, sustain your creativity guide, daily tools for creativity guide. Like, this is one of my favorites in this 7-in-1 bundle because it gives you 366 tools for creating daily. Yes, we went that far. Yeah, we went that far. Oh, we went that far. Because we don't want you to come into the lab and you're looking for your products. No. You are coming into the lab, you are living with your products. That's what we want. That's our earnest desire for you. So part of what we're doing is you are living with your product. Now, you are not just living with your product, you are creating forever. You are creating forever. So that's why we have to do the Smart Creating Lab for you. And that's why you should be there. You should be there. So when you carry that daily creativity guide, for instance, it's with you forever. So in the next 2, 3, 4 months, you're still creating. It doesn't end here. The journey doesn't end here. You're still creating. So build your product. If you have not built your product, this is where you should be. Yesterday was day 1 and it was Coach Rura that took it. Today I'm taking day 2, right? I'm talking about building frameworks and systems. It's something you should not miss. Coach Brenda is amazing with what she's bringing in tomorrow as well. I mean, the curriculum admission in the community, right? So you should be there already. Here's the information that you can see on the screen. The good news is if you meet, is it good news now? It's good news and unfortunately as well, because if you miss the Smart Creating Lab this year, you have to wait till next year. All right? You have to wait till next year. Okay, so let's go to number 2. What's the second thing you need to build if you want the world to pay you? The next thing you should build is build your platform. The stage for your product. The stage for your product. You can't be paid in secret. Visibility is currency. You can't be paid in secret. Nobody will come and look for you and pay you. No. No. Even when they went to look for David, you see why visibility is currency, right? Even when David was going to look, they went to look for him and they brought him out and he got anointed. Do you know he didn't become king? He didn't become king until he became visible. How did he become visible? He faced Goliath, like he came out in the crowd and said, "This is me. I can do this. I can bring Goliath's head down. This is me. This my stone and my sling can bring this man down." He was loud and visible in the faces of men. Goliath came down. And that was the qualification for being king. Your qualification for being paid by the world is that you are visible. That's your qualification. That's your qualification. Visibility is your currency. It's a currency. Even the best products need a platform, a place where your value is seen, heard, and assessed. Even the best of products. Your value has to be seen, it has to be assessed. So build your platform. Build your platform. Whether it's a podcast, social media, mailing list, a YouTube channel, or a physical community, a platform has to be built. After you build the product, build the platform for that product. Build the platform for that product. I know that this is giving you some value already. Yes, I know. You must build where your audience gathers and trusts you. That's what your platform is. Yes, I can see in the comment section, right? Your platform is the place where your audience gathers and sees you. So you must build it. Because without a platform, there's no audience. There's no gathering. They can't gather. They can't see you. They can't come in. And if they can't see you, they can't come in. That means they can't buy. That's why I said that visibility is your currency. Visibility is the currency. If they can't see you, they can't hear from you, they can't buy from you. So your platform is actually where your audience gathers. Your platform is where your audience gathers and trusts you because they can see you. So there's a way the chain goes, right? So the chain goes this way: know, like, and trust you. That's what brings that money from people's pockets to you. That's what I say visibility is the currency. What brings that money from people's pocket to you is they know, like, and trust you. You cannot know, like, and trust somebody you're not seeing. So those people that say things like, "Am I as pretty as? Do I have the right background? Do I have the right?" If they don't see you, you cannot win. So build your platform. Your product proves your skill, right? But you know what? Your platform proves your significance. I'll say that again. Your product, please write it down. Your product proves your skill. The proof that you are skilled is your product. However, the proof of your significance is your platform. The question is, where will my audience gather? Okay, you've already written a book. That's why nobody has bought the book. But that's why nobody's reading the book. Because you don't have a platform. You know, it was Coach Runa who was speaking yesterday on day 1 of the Smart Creating Lab. And she said, if you're writing a book and there's no plan for people who will buy, use that book or that guide, then there's no point sweating it. So your platform is actually the place where the consumers of that your product get to see you, know you, like you, trust you enough. See, money answers to trust. The reason you paid that hair vendor is because you trusted that she give you a good product. Time answers to trust. People will come and spend their time with you if they cannot trust that this time I'm giving away, I will get value. where can your audience find you? Platform, where can they find you? Are you whispering genius in an empty room? Some of us are doing that. Silent expert, like my mentor, Jojo will say. Are you whispering genius in an empty room? Or are you building a platform that multiplies your reach? The world is your stage, like I say. The world is your stage. Step on it. Stop building genius in a room at the back where they can see you. Number 3, the third thing to build if the world must pay you. The third thing to build if the world must pay you is build your process. So the first thing, you build your product. The next thing, you build a platform. The third thing you build is your process. Your process is a repeatable system that turns what you do into what you can do anytime. A process is a repeatable system that turns what you do into what you can do at any time. Without process, you will always be productive but poor. It is your process that actually turns it and flips the switch. Busy but broke. Creative but inconsistent. That's not how to read. That's not how to read the word pay you. That's not it. Without process, you will always be productive but poor. Without process, you will always be productive, but the money will not be there. McDonald's isn't successful today because their hamburger is the best. No. They win because their process makes the burger predictable. Anywhere in the world, predictability is process. Without a process, then you can't predict you. So if you don't build a process where if we come on Fridays at 10, we can see you. Can't predict you, can't predict you, can't pay you. That's how it is. Process, predictability, payment. That's how it flows. That's how it flows. I remember a coffee shop that was one of the biggest brands at the time. And they were opening more. I'm trying to get the name of that particular coffee brand. And they were opening more and more branches. And then they lost the transfer of process. Guess what? The company nosedived. Income started dropping. People started complaining. Customer feedback became poor. And before you knew it, that system was going down. Why? The process was not replicated. I was listening to the founder and CEO of Africa's largest fast food, Chicken Republic. And he said, and they asked him, that how come you've been able to build this thing? How did you do it? And he said, we have a process. We have a process that we replicate, a predictable process that we keep recycling. So even though you come to Chicken Republic today, there's a predictability that you move with. That's it. Build your process. Talent fits you once. Process is what fits you forever. Your talent, you baked one kind of bread that was good. Do you pay attention to the process? You made this sardine bread that came out nice. You sold it to the Nigerians in Canada. They loved it, especially sardine fish lovers. They loved it. They wanted more. If you don't pay attention to building that process, you do the next sardine bread, and the people who love the first one will eat the second one. Predictability. And today, module 2, interesting, we're talking about this framework, right? I remember when I was trying to build a smart speaking course, right? One of the things that gave us the replicability, we've done that smart speaking course, we've done about 9 now, right? Repeatedly, is that there's a process. There's a process. So people are safe to go and recommend and say, go for that course. This is what you get. There's predictability. There's predictability. Our inner circle program, the book bingers, for instance, we have more book bingers and referred to the BBB by book bingers. Why? Predictability. They have seen a process happen and happen. It's a rinse and repeat kind of framework. Okay? For lack of a better way to put it. And then the next thing they start doing is they start telling you that if you come here, this is when you come in at point A, this is where you'll be at point D. Certainty. Certainty. So it is that process that can feed you forever. Talent will only feed you once. So imagine that I say I'm a talented confidence coach. I'm a talented confidence coach. And then I work with the first client. And the client goes, we can't have cohort 2. We can't have cohort 3. We cannot have cohorts that we have. But what has made it repeatable? What has made it a continuous funnel is what? Process. 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 What is the current system? What is the current system that you have? What is the process you have built in the system that you have? All right. So if you build these 3 things, definitely, I know it that when these 3 things are built, you definitely be paid that. But if you're in this space, you're wondering, product, hey, which product do I build? Which process do I build? Which platform do I build? You should be at a smart creating lab. Yes, that is smart creating lab. Interestingly, because we call it a lab, I mean, it's not a course, right? And that's why we do it only once a year. It takes a lot of preparation to actually get to the place where we can say, okay, no matter how much you are coming to the lab, you leave with your product in your hand. It takes a lot of work. Now, yesterday, interestingly, at some point, Coach Roy was saying, you know what? Because it's a lab, right? We have a framework for making it as practical as possible. She said, okay, give me your skill and let's turn it to a system. It was mind-blowing. Somebody said she was a chef. The kind of system she was giving was mind-blowing. Others got clear systems to go with. The testimonials are alarming. Right? So get into the smart creating lab. See, the truth is that the smart creators you have met never built alone. They never built alone. I remember I was reading the book Making It Big by Safemi Telema, and it talks about how Zenon collapsed. His first creation. One of his amazing first creations collapsed. And when he was saying the lessons, he picked out that he did not categorically have certain systems in place, systems of mentorship, systems of clarity, systems of perspective that come from others who have been able to replicate this. And he said, as early as you get into your career or your business, build a system of accountability. Build a system where people who have walked through that journey can guide you. And it's part of what Smart Creating Lab gives you. A system to run through that thing you're trying to build. But you know what? We have noticed that most people never build. These 3 things I've mentioned now, there are reasons people never build it. Number 1 is that they confuse effort with structure. Effort is not structure. Please write it down. Coach, you don't understand. We have put in so much effort. Just, okay, I'll give you a tangible example, right? Like I'm talking about the Smart Creating Lab now, and I say, oh, it takes a lot of work for us to, you don't understand what I'm saying by this effort I'm talking about now. But guess what? You come into the Smart Creating Lab and you see structure, you'll be wowed. You'll be like, oh, so this is module 1, that's how module 1 takes us to module 2, and that's how guide 1 takes us. Now, take a look at structure. We building this and building in a 7-in-1 guide is what we call structure. Because effort is not structure. So we built this, built the courses, module 1, module 2, and then built the 7-in-1 bundle for you. Why? It's structure. No matter the effort we put in place, get into the Smart Creating Lab, and we say, okay, come and tell your product. If we do not build structure, the effort will not enough. The effort will not be able to take you to the place where you are leaving the lab with the product in your hand. So this is the reason why most people cannot build the 3 things that were mentioned for the world to pay you. Number 2, they wait for validation instead of visibility. I ministers on example, I see you. They wait for validation instead of visibility. See, you can't wait for someone's validation before you get visible. No. Doing that to get to a place where you never get visible. I know, like I said, visibility is currency. David was never considered king until they saw him. Oh, wait, hold on. This is David that has been anointed. Oh, Prophet Samuel has anointed him, sir. Prophet Samuel has anointed David. However, sir, you're not qualified to be king. Because the people that can stand before kings are the people who can see. See that we're not diligent. We haven't seen you. We can't qualify you as diligent. So how are we going to allow you to stand before kings? Not to talk of allowing you to be king over us. David knew that anointing alone is not a body qualification. Effort alone is not enough. Anointing alone is not enough. Structure. David knew that part of the structure is visibility. So he stepped out there and he said, I will bring it down. So at least I have structured evidence that I'm qualified to be king. Number 3, the third reason most people struggle and they never get to the point of building these 3 things is that they focus on activity instead of architecture. You know what we're doing on day 2 today is building the architecture for a system that can pay. Building the architecture. The world doesn't reward exhaustion. So it says that I'm tired, I've been working, I'm so exhausted. Nobody will reward you for exhaustion. The world rewards execution, 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 execution. Nobody pays you for trying, they pay you for building. The difference between genius and wealth is structure. You can move your genius to wealth, but it takes a structure. If you don't put that structure in place, you cannot get to wealth. And even if you fly to wealth, probably because you're super genius, it won't be sustainable. It won't be sustainable. The question is, I want to ask you, is it product, process, or platform? See, you can't pray for profits over what you haven't built. Yes, we pray, but you cannot pray for profit over something you have not built. He said, I will bless the works of your hands. So which is the work that is blessing? Which is work. You can't expect the world to fund what you have refused to fund. You can't expect the world to fund what you have refused to fund. What you are delaying to fund. The world cannot fund it. The world cannot pay you for it. Can't pay you for it. So today decide. Build your product today so your value can be seen. Build your platform so your voice can be heard. Build your process so your wealth can last. The world does not pay dreamers. The world pays builders. The world pays builders. Are you still waiting to be discovered? Or are you ready to start building? If you're ready to start building, this is what the Smart Creating Lab is all about. It is why we are built for you. They have to build a system that works. Inside the Smart Creating Lab, you learn how to design and package your product. At the Smart Creating Lab, you learn how to build and you learn how to create and automate your process. If you are ready, and I know you are. I know you are because too many professionals are just there silent and they've not really seen their genius move to wealth. So if you are that professional, use the details you can see on the screen. Use the details you can see on the screen and get yourself into the Smart Creating Lab. If you're ready to move from potential to payment, from brilliance to bankability, then the Smart Creating Lab is your next step. And just in today's module 2, and yes, I'll be taking you on module 2 today. So if you register before 8 p.m. today, yes, if you register before 8 p.m. today, you can actually get access to the Smart Creating Lab. So use the numbers you can see on the screen, use the details you can see on the screen, and join the Smart Creating Lab today, right? I mean, after today, you can't join in anymore. Because we've done module 2 and just module 3 left. You can't join in. that would be too much to catch up, right? Because at some point, you know what? You must stop preparing and start profiting. Too many professionals say to them, I'm still preparing. You must stop preparing. It's time to start profiting. It's time to, like Coach Rua said yesterday, she said, if your creativity is not showing you profitability, why are you in business? The aim of business is profitability. Be like your father God. Gave you one man to get the whole world of almost 8 billion people. That's it. That's it. Give us one skill that you can structure so that you can get the money that the world can pay. Build something the world will pay for you for today. And it has been a great time with you, our dearest Diaspora community. It's been good having you here. Lots and lots of you are in the Smart Creating Lab. So it is amazing because you can actually start building what it is that you can build, even though you are in the diaspora. Yes, there are no excuses. There are no excuses. Most professionals that in diaspora that joined Smart Creating Lab yesterday. At the point where Kultura said, okay, bring your product, let's start building, and let's start show you the possibilities in it. A lot of them jumped on it, and it was an amazing time, right? So the world takes builders anywhere in the world, anywhere in the world. So don't say I'm in the diaspora, I have a 9 to 5 in the diaspora, I work shifts in the diaspora, I work some of hours daily. And so no, that's not an excuse. That's not an excuse. If you build products, platform, processes, it will move anywhere you are in the world. Alrighty. So thank you so much for joining in today. I will be seeing you. Smart creators will be seeing 8 p.m. 8 p.m. in the class, right? We'll be seeing you at 8 p.m. in class. And the beauty is that if you join, you get access to the replay of 1, so you actually lose nothing, right? And then you still get access to your 71.2, which is your system for actually creating all through your life. You know, that's why when we talk about the system thing, right? We know what we say. If you go to a course and they tell you, okay, you'll be able to turn your skill into structure or into systems, and they don't give you sustenance plan for what it is that you get from that place, beyond that place, will you really be able to sustain that knowledge? Because knowledge is not enough. And that's why we created the 7-in-1 bundle for you. Because that is how you create for life. The daily creativity guide is containing 366 tools. So even if it's a leap year, you can create I create every day. We have mastered the craft. And how I do it is what I put for you in that guide. Right? Okay? Thank you so much for joining in today. It's been amazing having you here. Yes, we'll see you at 1 p.m. here. You can join in for the Smart Creative Shop Series. Interestingly, today will be the last day of the Smart Creative Shop Series. Tomorrow is November, right? So we're beginning with something fascinating. Like, you will be wowed when you wake up tomorrow, November 1st, and you are with us. You'll be amazed. Oh, the Smart Speakers Academy is moving. Yeah. And yes, thank you so much for joining me today. I'll see you at 1 p.m. for the Smart Shop Series and at 8 p.m. for Smart Creators. We'll see at 8 p.m. in the community. Thank you so much for joining me today. It's been amazing having you here. I want to say to you, have a great day ahead, and go ahead and start building products, processes, and platforms. I am Leslie Grace, the Confidence Coach, and my job is to help you master confidence, smartness, through smart reading, smart thinking, and smart speaking. I'll see you at 1 p.m. This is the Smart World.